The park was silent except for the distant cry of seagulls and the soft rustle of wind through the trees. A man sat alone on a worn bench, his tattered military jacket barely holding against the chill. In his hand, he held a small folded flag, the kind handed to the families of fallen soldiers. But before he could whisper another word to the flag, the shrill voice of a young cop cut through the air. "Hey! You can't sleep here. Pack your stuff and move along!" The man looked up, eyes calm but hollow, the kind of eyes that had seen deserts burn and brothers fall. He didn't move. He didn't argue. He just whispered, "Understood, officer." The cop smirked. "Yeah? Then move it." What happened next would freeze everyone within 3 city blocks, because within seconds, 6 shadows emerged from the fog, moving with military precision, their voices low, their movements silent, their faces unreadable. And when they reached the bench, the air itself seemed to hold its breath. No one in that park could have known that the man they were pushing away had once commanded those 6 men and saved their lives. The sun hadn't yet risen when Michael Graves woke up to the cold touch of morning dew on his face. His coat, once crisp navy blue, was now faded, worn at the seams, and smelling faintly of engine oil and rain. He looked around the park, same cracked pathway, same squeaky swing set, same rusted trash bins. He'd been sleeping here for 3 months, a Navy SEAL, a war hero, now just another forgotten man under the open sky. His hands trembled as he reached into his pocket for the photo. A woman and a little boy. Sarah and Noah, his world before everything fell apart. Michael's unit had been ambushed overseas. He had lost 6 of his brothers that night, or so he thought. His best friend Ethan had died in his arms. At least that's what the official report said. When he came home, medals didn't fill the silence. PTSD consumed him. Nightmares replaced sleep. His wife tried to help, but soon the man she'd loved became a ghost. Angry, distant, unreachable. Then came the drinking. The job loss. The foreclosure. And one day, Sarah packed their son's bag and left. Her eyes red and tired. Now, every morning, Michael sat on the same bench feeding pigeons, whispering stories of the men he'd served with. That was the only place he still felt human. Until that morning. A police cruiser rolled up near the curb, tires crunching over gravel. 2 officers stepped out, one older and patient-looking, the other young, full of swagger and ignorance. The young one, Officer Dwyer, spotted Michael first. "Great," he muttered. "Another bum using city property as a motel." Michael didn't even lift his head as the officer approached. "You heard me, old man," Dwyer said. "This isn't a shelter. Let's move!" Michael blinked, his eyes distant. "Just 5 minutes, officer. I'll go." "5 minutes? You've been here for days." Dwyer kicked at his duffel bag. "You're lucky we don't fine you for trespassing." The older cop, Sergeant Miller, frowned. "Dwyer, enough!" But Dwyer didn't stop. "You think your sob story matters? Half this city's got veterans like you. You want pity? Try the VA, not my park." Michael didn't say a word. He just reached into his pocket, slowly, carefully, and pulled out a coin. It wasn't money. It was a SEAL challenge coin, engraved with a trident and the words, "Never out of the fight." He set it gently on the bench beside him. The older cop's eyes widened, recognizing what it was. "Son, stop talking." But Dwyer laughed. "What's that supposed to mean? You think I'm scared of a coin?" Michael's voice was calm, almost whispering. "No, officer. You should be scared of what it stands for." And then, before anyone could respond, 6 black SUVs turned onto the street. The vehicles stopped in a line so clean it looked choreographed. No sirens, no flashing lights, just the low rumble of powerful engines, doors opened in perfect unison. 6 men stepped out, each of them in civilian clothes, but their posture screamed military. Eyes scanning, jaws locked, moving with purpose. The younger officer's confidence faltered. "Who the hell are they?" The older cop's mouth went dry. I think they're here for him. Michael hadn't moved. He just sat there, eyes on the pigeons. The tallest of the six, Ethan Cole, the same man Michael believed dead, approached slowly. Commander. Michael turned. His breath caught in his throat. Ethan? The man smiled faintly. You think I'd die without saying goodbye? The other five surrounded the bench in silent formation. Mason, Torres, Blake, Jensen, and Rhodes, all from SEAL Team 7. All thought lost, all standing there, alive. Officer Dwyer took a step back. Okay, what is this? Some kind of joke? Ethan turned his gaze to the cop. No joke, son. That man you just disrespected led the mission that pulled us out of a black site 3 years ago. He saved 6 lives and carried 2 men through hell. You just told a living legend to move along. The young cop swallowed hard, words dying in his throat. Sergeant Miller took off his hat. Sir, I'm sorry. We didn't know. Michael stood up slowly, shoulders trembling. Ethan, why? Why now? Ethan placed a hand on his shoulder. We heard what happened. You disappeared. We went looking for you. The world forgot you, brother, again, but we didn't. Michael's lips quivered. I lost everything. My family, my home? Ethan nodded. Then let's start over. Together. The 6 SEALs didn't just show up for a reunion. They came prepared. One of the SUVs opened, revealing a clean uniform, new boots, and a folded American flag. Ethan handed it to him. You gave us back our lives. It's time we give you yours. The park grew silent again, except now dozens of people had gathered, watching. Phones came out. Some were crying, some clapping quietly. Michael's eyes welled up as he held the uniform. You can't fix me, Ethan. Ethan smiled softly. Maybe not, but we can remind you who you are. That afternoon, the 6 men stood side by side as Michael put on his uniform again, crisp, clean, and shining under the sun. When he saluted, even the cops followed suit. News spread fast. Within hours, a video of the scene went viral. 6 SEALs stand for a homeless veteran. But what the world didn't see was what happened next. Ethan and the team found Michael a home, not a shelter, but a quiet place near the coast, where the ocean sounded like freedom. They helped him enroll in a program for veterans, and slowly, painfully, he began to heal. One day, sitting by the shore, Michael opened his phone to see a message from Sarah. It said, Noah wants to see you. He's proud of you. Michael smiled through tears, whispering the words engraved on his coin. Never out of the fight. No hero should ever fade into silence. Sometimes the bravest battles are the ones fought after the war, the ones no one sees. If you see a veteran sitting alone, don't look away. You might just be looking at someone who once stood between you and danger. And as Michael Graves learned, even when the world forgets you, brothers never do.